All right, guys, we're going to take a look at introduction to quadratic functions. So a quadratic function looks like this. It's either a u or it could be upside down as an n. So a u or an n. So let's go over a couple of things. All right, let's go ahead and name whatever this is. So this is pointing here and here. What line does that touch? As you can see, this is the x-axis. Therefore, those two are the x-intercepts. Now, when we do quadratics, there are going to be three other names that they're going to refer to as the x-intercept. So you could have x-intercepts zeros, because at this point, right, it is 0, the y is 0. Zeros, solutions, or roots. Now, no way of telling which way they're going to ask this question, so you do need to know what all four things mean. So again, when we're referring to the x-intercept, we could say x-intercept, zeros, solutions, or roots when we're talking about a quadratic. All right, so we're going to do another arrow. So let's take a look at this one right here. So this one is pointing over here, whereas we've just defined this as an x-intercept. If you notice, it is also touching what axis? The y-axis. Okay, so that is going to be the y-intercept. So this is the y-intercept. All right, we've got a couple of new definitions that we haven't dealt with before, and that's going to be this. This arrow is a little bit off. It really is talking about this point right here. Okay, that point is going to be called the vertex. Now, in this case, it is a minimum because it is the minimum point of the graph. So I'm going to go ahead and put min. If the graph looked like this and it was over here, it would be the max. So the question could say, hey, what is the vertex? Or it could ask what is the minimum or maximum. All of them are referring to the top or the bottom of the graph. All right, finally, we've got this line that goes right down the middle. So this line that splits the graph in half. And if you look at it, this half is exactly this half, which means it's symmetric. And therefore, this is called the axis of symmetry. All right, AOS for short, but axis of symmetry. The most important thing to realize is that this is not a point. What is this? This is a line. And then because it is a line, it has to be an equation, okay? So it always goes through what axis? The x-axis. So we're always going to say x is equal to some number. Okay, so the axis of symmetry must always be x is equal to some number. And just for shortcut purposes, you can see that it goes through the vertex. It'll always go through the vertex. So x is always equal to the x coordinate of the vertex. So once you know the vertex, you know the axis of symmetry because you go to the x value for the vertex, and that is your axis of symmetry. All right, so those are some introduction definitions to what we're doing in class. Let's practice.